Hello and welcome to Sport This Morning. I'm Cecilia Amogbe.
And I'm Yemi Adebayo. Okay, let's start this way. Let's take you to the Nigeria Professional Football League. That's where we start the show this morning. And of course, we start with this. After 19 matches, Yobe Desert Stars have been confirmed relegated by the league management company. That's the people who run the league. There's no way back for them. So, of course, they are going down. They're one of the 8 teams that will go down in this abridged season.
Absolutely, they are going down because they have 3 games to go, and all 3 teams winning all the matches will not save them from that drop zone. Also on the program, while Nigerian Professional Football League is still on, the English Premier League has been concluded after a whole twist and drama in the long season. For Manchester City, they are champions again. Also in the program, talking about tennis, and this one, Novak Djokovic is back to his best after winning the Australian Open title earlier in the year. He has not been able to win anything, but right here in Madrid, he won his 33rd Masters title and also his 3rd in Madrid, beating Stefanos Tsitsipas 6-3, 6-4 to be crowned the king of Madrid for a 3rd time.
All right, so the preparation for the Djokovic is going on smoothly as he looks towards the French Open. Of course, there's still another clay tournament in Rome that we'll be looking forward to. But of course, that's how we start the show today with a slice of tennis. We always love you to be a part of what we're doing, and that is why I want to tell you that you can be a part of today's show by getting across to us through the means that you're going to have on screen. You can get across to us on Facebook, get across to us on Twitter as well, in case you just joined us for the first time. But for those of you that have been part of this show for a while, you do know what to do. So it's going to be flashed on your screen so you know what to do. That's it right there. On Facebook, channels for sports, on Twitter, channels _sports. That's how you can speak up and be heard across the globe. Okay, Cecilia, let's start
with
from
Novak.
Madrid.
Absolutely. That's where we're starting from. Novak Djokovic, absolutely. He's a delighted man this morning, being able to beat Stefanos Tsitsipas. Tsitsipas struggled against Rafael Nadal, but he was able to prevail at the end of the day. The match went into midnight, and so on Sunday, we were not surprised when Djokovic started on a high, going 3 games up in the first set before Tsitsipas started finding his feet, but somehow it wasn't meant to be. Just maybe he was jaded, he was tired from playing Rafael Nadal, the king of clay, but he just couldn't do a back-to-back, the world number 2 and world number 1, and of course Djokovic was at his best. He had to rush him, and he did it in grand style. 1 hour, 32 minutes, he was done. It ended 6-3, 6-4.
I mean, what can we say? He just couldn't hit the heights.
At all.
Talking about Tsitsipas, couldn't hit the heights that he did against Rafael Nadal. And I guess this game was just coming too soon for the Greek star. But of course, that's not taking anything away from Novak Djokovic. He's told us that, look, I want to have a calendar slam. I want to have, I want to win all the titles in one clean sweep. And a lot of us thought, well, Rafael Nadal will have something to say about that. Rafael Nadal didn't even get the chance to really test him, because we would have loved to see both players
playing in the final,
playing on clay in the final.
Yeah,
a vintage Rafael Nadal and a vintage Djokovic, but it didn't happen. But I mean, it's shown us how good he is, and it will be hard to look elsewhere now, apart from Novak Djokovic, and favorite for because
French
look,
Open. There's still the Rome Masters. Let's see what's going to happen in that one.
I can't remember the last time. Most times, Rafael Nadal comes into the French Open, picking up Madrid, Barcelona, and all that. He's not done it this year, so that's what I'm taking.
Okay.
That is making me think it might just be a time for Novak Djokovic.
Okay, let's hear from Novak Djokovic talking about his victory at Madrid.
He's very talented. He beat Rafa yesterday, and I think they finished the match around midnight. And he had a very late night. I could see he wasn't as dynamic in the movements as he was last night, and that's probably due to a long match he's had. But he's had a terrific week, and it's a big win, obviously, for me today and in this tournament. And I'm really looking forward to continue the streak in Rome.
All right, that's Djokovic there. Now let's talk about the women. On Saturday, you have Simona Halep missing that chance to regain #1 spot after Naomi Osaka, couldn't reach the final. We thought, okay, all she had to do is beat Kiki Bertens and regain #1 spot, but she just couldn't. She lost to Kiki Bertens in a very ceremonious fashion, because I expected something better than what she did.
Yeah, these guys are humans, and sometimes when all of this is happening, it makes us see them the way they are. And we should have taken notice of Kiki Bertens.
Yeah.
She dispatched Sloane Stephens in the semis, so we should have taken notice of her. She's a top player too, So, I mean, Simona Halep is someone I have a lot of regard for. I respect her and her tennis. But sometimes things like this happens, and she just lost the opportunity. But what's the #1 ranking for me? Look, it could be #1 this week. A lot of this can happen in the next 2-3 weeks. You're #1. So I think it's moments like this that one should live for. Moments where you can win a title. That is something you can hold forever. Nobody's going to take it away from you. You can be #1 for 20 weeks, and something happens, you're not #1 anymore. So I thought she could have fought, but she lost 6-4, 6-4 to Kiki Bertens. And we'll see what happens. But Simona Halep, there's still a lot coming this year.
Absolutely, a lot coming for her. But Kiki Bertens, take note of her because she defeated all 4 women that have won Grand Slam already. And she went through this tournament without dropping a set. So she's the first woman to do that in Madrid. So we're waiting. French Open is going to be very, very competitive. But we still have the Rome Masters before that to see how that will pans out. Now let's leave tennis and quickly go to the USA. That's the NBA basketball court as we were going to next, where the Portland Trail Blazers and, of course, Toronto Raptors are the ones that are in the finals of the Western Conference, of course, and the Eastern Conference. But we'll start with this one. Okay, confirmation of the result first, how it all went down on Sunday night. So I thought this will happen. Well, 76ers just didn't have enough for the Raptors. Raptors, when you have Kawhi Leonard, definitely everything goes your way. That dramatic buzzer beaters that he did, just get that
bouncing on the rim.
Bouncing on the rim 3 times, rolling and into the basket, and that's.
And just when Joel Embiid thought I'd blocked this, and this guy did his flip and got a point. It's a painful way to lose. Just a very, very painful way.
2 points game.
They dragged Jimmy Butler leveled up, and everybody thought, okay, what's going to happen here? But Kawhi Leonard definitely had other ideas, and you need your big man to show up, and he did.
And he did. The Blazers and the Nuggets 196. Now let's talk about this one. I mean, you can see pictures coming from these 2 games, starting with the one there you have it, the game between the Blazers and the Denver Nuggets. Now, for the Portland Trail Blazers, sometimes when you don't have one of your big men performing, someone else will have to step up. That was CJ McCollum did 37 points and 9 rebounds and led the Trail Blazers to that victory, 190 season deciding game of the series in Denver. So the thing is, they are now in the conference final where they will meet Golden State Warriors for the first time. They are advancing.
There's a little bit of these
2000,
There's a little bit of these 3, the Curry brothers. Will go up against each other. We're going to see how important. I know the family is going to be a dilemma for the family. Would you support Seth or Steph? So we'll see what happens.
Support the ones that you're thinking that's going to win. So support the other one that you think that will win, or you have confidence that they will win.
It's going to be interesting. So we'll see what happens in that one.
Damian Lillard struggled, going just 3 of 17 for just 13 points on the night. In the first quarter, he didn't have any points at all. Contributed 10 rebounds and also 8 assists. But then the good thing is, they are on course. Nikola Jokic, double-double on the night, 29 and 13 rebounds, but that wasn't enough. Denver Nuggets is the end of the road for them. Now, let's talk about the drama, the one you mentioned earlier, Toronto Raptors, how Kawhi Leonard was able to score that dramatic buzzer beaters in the NBA history on. I mean, how do you cap that performance on the night? I mean, it was tied at 90. We felt, okay, something's going to happen, but somehow Leonard...
Something has a game, and some of the calls that the coaches made, I mean, they just came back from their own timeout and found a way to push their opponents back. And Kawhi, I still don't know how he did it. I still don't know how he did it. I mean, just look at it. I think that's the moment.
He took the ball, dribbled into a corner, and nailed that game-winning 2 points over Joel Embiid. It was right there.
Just right in his presence, stood. I mean, you know how tall Joel Embiid is.
course.
For you to be able to dink that over with the guy at full stretch.
Yeah, that's how
I don't get it.
important it is.
And you know, you could see his eyes when he was on the way
Yeah.
down. You know, it's going to be priceless to know what he was thinking.
Yeah.
And he sat down on the floor, and his face, eyes, everything changed the moment that
Yeah.
ball finally
Went
went
in.
in, and he was, you know,
Eruption
jubilant.
occurred.
Everywhere, jubilant scenes right there. So it's going to be interesting. And they go to the final against the Bucks.
Yeah, absolutely, boss. Giannis is another important player for his team. Russell Westbrook another important one for his team. But then at the end of the day, we're going to see what's going to happen. If Kyle Leonard is going to be the better one, or going to be having Giannis as
We'll see.
the one that's going to be better off against the Bucks. All right, let's take a look at the top guys who put up some big numbers on the night. Of course, starting with CJ McCollum having 37 points, 9 rebounds, and 1 assist for him to be able to lead his team to that very important conference final. Okay, another players,
Man of the moment.
I mean, 41, 8, and 3, including that 2-point buzzer beating shot that he had to make in the final, closing off the game.
I think that's what everybody's going to remember. Just that
memory.
it's going
How
to
did you do
play
that?
up in their minds. Okay, let's leave basketball.
Yeah.
And okay, let's a confirmation of the conference finals. The Portland Trail Blazers will be taking on the Golden State Warriors. So Portland is the first stop. So see what happens. See what happens. Play twice, then go to the other place to play twice. Toronto Raptors are taking on the Milwaukee Bucks for the Eastern Conference final. So it's shaping up to be very, very interesting. Margin for error at this level are very slim. So I mean, any mistake is over before it starts.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. So let's move on the show and let's talk Formula One now. And we expected something interesting, and it turned out to be so. Spanish Grand Prix, Sicilia. I mean, I didn't look practice session, qualifying. I didn't take it serious because I knew there was always going to be a different dimension. You had a Mercedes team that two drivers, I mean, going at each other. Although there's not going to be the drama between, like during the Rosberg time, but no one wanting to be the junior partner. Let me put it that way. So
there's no junior.
There's no junior.
Equal.
Just race, and it was interesting.
Yeah.
The Ferraris as well. I mean, came into it, but didn't get anything. So,
Absolutely.
but it was interesting on the day.
Yeah.
And Lewis Hamilton surprised me. Valtteri Bottas on pole, but he was complaining about some things with his car. I don't know what happened. But at the end of the day, it was a day for Lewis.
Hamilton was just smarter because if you check when they started, I mean, at the very beginning, that was when Lewis Hamilton took advantage of it and just went for it. And he started, he never looked back. And Bottas tried as much as possible to catch up with him, but he just couldn't do that. At the end of the day, the Mercedes won again, 5 races this season. 5th time you're having these two drivers neck and neck in deep, and you're asking yourself, what's going to happen? Is this how it's going to pan out? Because we were thinking at the Spanish Grand Prix, having Ferrari dominated here during pre-season testing and all that, we thought, okay, this is another ground for them to prove what they did in pre-season wasn't a fluke. But it wasn't meant to be because they finished outside the podium, having Max Verstappen completed the podium after the Mercedes won 2. So let's get reactions from the drivers now.
Yeah, it was obviously an interesting start. Obviously very, very close. I saw a red, I saw the red car go around the back of the both of us. And so I had no idea whether they were further ahead. I assumed they might be. And I knew that Valtteri would be braking super deep. So yeah, it wasn't a replay of Baku at least.
Yeah, it was pretty tight, but I lost it at the start. There was some strange behavior on the clutch. It was like biting, releasing, which I never felt before. So I lost it there.
Yeah, it was a hectic first corner, so I just backed out of it and actually gave me a good position out of the first 3 corners. And then from there on, yeah, of course the Mercedes cars were too quick today, but I could do my own pace, and yeah, we were competitive. So yeah, happy to be on the podium.
And in his honour, on that of Mercedes-AMG Petronas Motorsport, the British Hamilton on his 76th win. And congratulations, of course, to Mercedes-AMG Petronas Motorsport on their 5th 1-2.
right now, let's move to Nigeria Professional Football League now, where you have, well, Aqua United still trying to see how they can, get into that Super 6, because they just don't want to let anything slip by. Without results coming from the weekend, but the news is that, okay, Yobe Desert Stars might just be relegated because, of what happened right here.
They have been relegated.
Now, Gospel and Efioko was the one who got that goal 15 seconds into the game, of course, brightened their chances of getting into that. And because of that, well...
Yeah, Rangers had a 6-point lead before their game against Lobby. He's been cut short now to 4. Surprise, surprise, Aimba had the opportunity to narrow it further down, but they played a 1-1 draw. Kwara United played a goalless draw with Rivers. These are some of the results in no particular order. MFM, this was a controversial game, depending on where you stand. And I have no opinions about the game.
There will always be controversy.
I wasn't there.
Football.
I wasn't there, but I've listened to a lot of people that I respect, and we get some perspective later on the show. Benel Insurance defeated Katsina United 2-1. Canopilas also beat Go Round 2-0. Plateau United defeated Nasarawa United 2-1. El Kanami Warriors, surprise, surprise, lost to Delta
Force. I mean, after how many matches finally losing at home?
Yeah, so good for Delta Force, because a lot of people were already saying it might just be over before it started for them. Heartland, surprise, surprise, and Nazimi Luneas lost to Abia Warriors 2-4. Let's see if we can quickly bring to you what the table looks like. Rangers still on top. Their lead cut to 4 points, but they're still on top. Lobby Stars and Aimba, these 3 teams look good to make it for the Super 6. They look good, but MFM is going to have something to say about it. Rivers United as well. With 3 games to go, I think Rivers United and MFM will have a say. And those 4 teams down there, they had better start winning matches. And you can understand why Remo were angry. 2 points would have probably lifted them above Niger Tornadoes, but it wasn't meant to be.
It happens. It happens. It happens. I mean.
So let's flip. Okay, that's it. Some of us should take back what we said about Aqua United at the start of the season. They're doing so well.
You should.
I personally should. 37 points now. They're looking good for the Super 6. Aqua United, Canopilas, El Kanabi Warriors in that zone where you want them to be. FC Ifeanyi Uba look like they would have something to say about it. But the teams in red are the teams they might be going down. Go Round, Abia Warriors, Gobe United, and Yobe Desert Stars already signed, sealed, and delivered for them. They're going down. There's no way back for them. All right, so that's the Nigeria Professional Football League. Let's see if we can quickly take out the Nigeria National League. Let's see if we can take out the results quickly. We have 4 divisions, the Northern Conference and the Southern Conference. If we can do that quickly, we'll just move through it. But a lot of interesting results in that one too. You have some matches that wasn't concluded because of the heavy downpour. But I'm very sure we'll get back to that.
There you have it. EFCC and Kaduna United 3-0. Kada City and NAF, it was 1-0. Kada City winning that one. Now moving over to the next one, which is the A2. You have Jigawa Golden Stars 3 and Kogi United. That's the match that was about to 30 minutes into second half because of heavy downpour. Yamalite and Taraba 2-1. That one ended. You have Bimo SC and Real Stars winning. And also you have the one A4, Adamawa United and Mighty Jets also. They have the result there, Coastlandy and ABS. Sokoto United and winning 2-1 against Gadano FC. And the other ones, Osun United and 3SC, Abia Comets and Giants Brill is also in action in the Southern Conference. The news is that they are going on a break. Transfer window will be observed from Monday 13th to Monday 20th May, and before the second stanza will begin. We need to go on a break now. We'll come back, of course, just prior to for athletics, and then we talk about the English Premier League.